Good morning, students. So, today we will start chapter 4 of our text, which is quadratic equations. Okay, so before quadratic equation, you know that what is polynomial? The polynomial is an expression in which we it write the powers of variables in descending order. Similarly, there is a type of polynomial which is known as quadratic polynomial. Now, what is this quadratic polynomial? Okay, quadratic polynomial is nothing, it is a polynomial in which the highest power of variable is 2. Remember my words. The highest power of variable where is 2, we term that polynomial as quadratic polynomial. Okay, now I have explained you earlier in our previous chapter that equation is anything which contains equal to sign. Okay, but in case of quadratic equation, suppose we consider an example of quadratic polynomial. We have px equal to 3x square minus 7x plus 6. Now we equate this polynomial to 0. Then what we get is quadratic equation. Okay, whenever we equate any quadratic polynomial equal to 0, then that polynomial becomes quadratic equation. Once again I repeat, any polynomial that has highest power of variable as 2 is known as quadratic polynomial, and whenever we equate any quadratic polynomial to 0, what we get quadratic equation. See, just considering the same example that we have, my polynomial was 3x square minus 7x plus. Now I have equated it to 0, so this equation, when I equated it to 0, it becomes a quadratic equation. Okay, now we will see the general form of this quadratic equation. The general form of this quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a is coefficient of x square, b is coefficient of linear term x, and c is any constant. Remember one thing, in quadratic equation the RHS should always be 0. Okay, now one more thing, in this general form or any quadratic equation, the power of variable in the equation should be an integer. See, here also 2 is integer and 1 is also integer. If the power is not integer, the equation is not quadratic. Second thing, the power should not exceed 2. That means the highest power should be 2. If power exceeds 2, then also we say that the equation is not a quadratic equation. Okay, seeing the general form, many of you can get the confusion. Suppose, for example, I have x square minus 25 equal to 0. Okay, so in this equation I have the highest power as 2, but I don't have a linear term. Still it is a quadratic equation since the power is integer and highest power is 2. Remember, there are two key points to check the quadratic equation. What are the key points? The key points, first one is the highest power should be 2. I have explained it earlier. Highest power should be 2. Okay, and second point is written here. Okay, the power of variable should be an integer. These are the two key points to check whether the equation is quadratic or not. Okay, we will see some examples for this. suppose this is my equation, 3x square minus 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Okay, so you can clearly see the highest power is 2 and the powers are integer as well. So this is our quadratic equation. We can write, yes, it is quadratic equation. The QE is short form for quadratic equation. Okay, see this second question. X square plus 2 under root x minus 3 equal to 0. See, here the first condition match, that the highest power is 2, but the power of x here is 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 is not an integer. So this equation is not a quadratic equation. Okay, see here, root x means x to the power 1 by 2 and 1 by 2 is not an integer, so this is not a quadratic equation. One more question we will see. See, x plus 3 by x is equal to x square. Now we will take the LCM of 1 and x. What we will get the LCM as x? We will multiply this x with x, we get x square, these 3 remain same and x square as it is. Proceeding further, we shift this x to this side, so x square into x become x cube. Now I told the RHS should be 0, so I brought this x square and 3 to this side, hence the sign gets changed. Now see, the highest power is 3, so first point does not match. That means this equation is also not a quadratic equation. Okay, so this is how we check that the given equation is quadratic equation or not. There are 2 key points, I am repeating it. First, you check the highest power. If it is 2, yes, it can be quadratic equation. Secondly, you check whether all the powers of that equation are integers. If it is so, definitely it is a quadratic equation, and if it is not so, it is not a quadratic equation. Okay. See, in the previous chapter we have seen that there were 4 methods to solve the pair of linear equation in 2 variables. Here in this chapter also we will see the methods to solve quadratic equations. In order to solve quadratic equations, there are 3 methods. The first one is factorization method, the second one is completing square method, and the third one is formula method or Sridhar Acharya method. Actually, this formula was given by Indian mathematician Sridhar Acharya, who was from Ujjain city. So it's also known as Sridhar Acharya method. Okay, before starting these methods, there are certain types of question in the text in which you were asked to verify or justify that whether the values of x that are given to you is the solution of quadratic equation or not. So it's very simple. Just we will continue this. Suppose this is a question, x square minus x plus 1 is our quadratic equation, and we have to find that whether this x equal to 1 or x equal to minus 1 is solution of this equation or not. Basically, remember one thing, the solutions of quadratic equation are known as roots. Okay, what we call this x equal to 1 is a root of this equation or not, or x equal to minus 1 is a root of this equation. We have to find it. So for that, just put the value in the LHS. What we have LHS is x square minus x plus 1 equal. Now instead of x, just write 1. 1 square minus 1 plus 1. What I get? 1 minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1 cancel. Is it equal to RHS? What my RHS is? 0. So 1 is not LHS is not equal to RHS. So we can say that therefore x equal to 1 is not a root of this equation. Which equation? X square minus x plus 1 equal to 0. Now again for x equal to minus 1 we have to check. So LHS is x square minus x plus 1. Now instead of x just substitute minus 1. Okay, minus 1 square is 1, again minus 1 plus 1, sorry, I have to write here minus 1. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3, which is again not equal to RHS. So x equal to minus 1 also is not a solution of the equation x square minus x plus 1 equal to 0. So in order to verify or in order to check, just put the value of x in the given equation, and after putting just match that the answer is 0 or not. If it is equal to 0 we say that yes, it is the root of equation, and if it is not equal to 0 we say that no, this is not the root of given equation. So this is the way to check it. Now we will move further and will learn the factorization method to solve the quadratic equation. Okay, you have studied this in 9th class as well. You know how to factorize. Okay, so before starting, let me tell you algorithm of this. We have the general form as ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Now the first step, dear students, I think that you have already did this in the polynomial chapter, but we'll see it once again. So what we do, we just multiply a and c. Okay, let this AC be equal to D. It's just an assumption. Now we need to find the two integers p and q such that p plus minus q is equal to b. B means the coefficient of x, and pq should be equal to d. That means the product of this should be equal to the same product of as a and c. Now after doing these two steps we will get the factors and equate these factors to 0 to obtain the solutions. Okay, it is similar to the factorization technique that you have used in the polynomial chapter in order to find the zeros of quadratic polynomial. Okay, there is one more method. Just convert into identities or formulas to obtain the factors. Okay, first we will see the type of this, the question that use this algorithm. Suppose I have a question x square 9x square minus 25 is equal to 0. Okay, so it's not of general form ax square plus bx plus c, so I cannot multiply and c and do all this. But can I convert it into any identity or any formula or any expansion? Yes, I can do. If you notice it carefully, I can write 9x square as 3x whole square minus 25 I can write 5 square and equating to 0. Now we know that a square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b. So our a is 3x and b is 5. So I can write 3x plus 5 and 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. Now coming to third point, equate the factors to 0 one by one. So first I will equate this to 0, secondly I will equate this to 0. Okay, this implies that either 3x plus 5 is equal to 0 or 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. Why I have written this? Because in order to for the product to be 0, see, we know that the product can be 0 if any of the one term is 0. Suppose 5 into 0 equal to 0. See, the product is 0 when any of the one term, either this or this, should be 0. So I will equate it to 0 one by one. From here, what I can get, 3x is equal to minus of 5, shifting 5 to this side. So x is equal to minus of 5 by 3, or 3x is equal to 5, x is equal to 5 by 3. So I have got two roots which are x equal to minus of 5 by 3 and x equal to 5 by 3. So this is the way to solve the quadratic equation by factorization method. We will see one more question. Suppose I have a question, 9x square minus 3x minus 2 equal to 0. Okay, so just see the algorithm. What we need to do, we need to multiply a and c. My a is 9 and c is minus 2. Remember the sign. So just draw a line here for your rough work. It's not necessary, you can do it in mind as well, but just for understanding I am doing this. So 9 into minus 2, what I get is minus of 18. Now I need to find the factors of this 18. So I am doing this 2, it's 9, 3, 3. Okay, so after these factors I need to find two numbers or integers such that the product should be 18 and their sum or difference should be minus 3. Okay, so see, 3 to ja 6, 6 minus 3 is 3, but I need minus 3, so I can write 3 minus 6, what I can get, minus 3, and 3 into minus 6 is minus 18. So I have splitted the middle term. Instead of minus 3, what I can write is 3 minus 6. So just carry on, 9x square. Instead of 3x, what I will write is 3 minus 6x minus of 2 is equal to 0. Okay, now see, 9x square. 3 into x is 3x, minus 6 into x is minus of 6x, and minus of 2 equal to 0. Now just take two terms, 9x square 3x. So from these two I can take 3x as common. What I will get here is 3x, and what I should multiply with 3x to get 3x is simple 1. Now I have got 3x plus 1 here without any hesitation. Just write 3x plus 1 here also. What is my next term is minus 6x. What I should multiply with 3x to get minus 6x is simple minus of 2. Now just see, minus 2 into 3x is minus 6x, and minus 2 into plus 1 is minus 2, equated to 0. This is common, 3x plus 1. Just bring it out. The common factor 3x plus 1, and the remaining factor 3x minus 2 equal to 0. So see, now either this 3x plus 1 will be equal to 0, or this 3x minus 2 must be equal to 0. When I solve it, what I can get is 3x is equal to minus 1, which implies that x is equal to minus of 1 by 3, or 3x is equal to 3, which implies that x is equal to 2 by 3. Okay, one more question I will show you for better understanding. Suppose I have a question, x square plus 2 root 2x minus 6 equal to 0. Now this is little difficult, but we can do. 6 into 1 is 6. Just find the factors, is 2 and 3. Okay, now see, what is here is root 2. So I can write this as root 2 into root 2 into 3. Okay, instead of 2 I have wrote root 2 into root 2. Now listen, if I do 3 root 2 minus root 2, what I will get is 2 root 2, and 3 root 2 into root 2. 3 root 2 into root 2 again is 6. So instead of this 2 root 2, what I can write is 3 root 2 minus root 2 into x minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, just open up the bracket. What I will get is x square plus 3 under root 2x minus under root 2x minus 6 is equal to 0. Okay, what I can get common from these two terms is nothing but x. I have taken the x common, so x plus 3 root 2. I told you, without any hesitation, just write whatever we have obtained in the first bracket, x plus 3 root 2. Now what I need to obtain here is minus root 2x. I have x, so I can write minus root 2 here, and I am equating it to 0. Now x plus 3 root 2 is my common factor, so I have to take it out, and the remaining factor is x minus root 2. Okay, So I am now writing directly x. When I will equate this one to 0, I will get x is equal to minus of 3 root 2, and when I equate this, I will get x is equal to root 2. Dear students, I hope that this factorization method is clear to you now, because you have done many questions in the polynomial chapter as well. The basic difference is here we have to equate it to 0 and need to find the solution. There you call these roots as zeros. Here we call this solution as roots. Okay.